What does Hakanoa mean? It means the peace after a tapu is lifted, marked with the sharing of food and drink. So in Northern Māori dialect, haka means to bring about, to make happen. In the sort of middle of the motu, that would be pronounced whaka. And then the noa is the peace part. So noa is normality as opposed to tapu, which is lifted and spiritual. So what happened, as a good example, I was taking te reo lessons for a few years ago at the amazing marae down on the AUT campus in Point Chev. And just, one evening class a week, which I absolutely loved. It was so brilliant. But you would start by going onto the marae and into the meeting house and all sit down and respectfully listen to the thanks and the welcoming and song from the iwi on the marae. And then we would go through to our different classrooms. And when we got to our classrooms, our teacher would recite a karakia, which is a prayer, kind of, to put you from the normal world into a focused spiritual learning space. It's kind of a mark of respect and a point of focus. And then we would do our lessons, which were always incredibly enjoyable. And then at the end of the lesson, there'd be another karakia, which was kind of the opposite. It's kind of like that was the bringing you from the teaching place, the spiritual place, back down to the earthly place. But to make sure that you had all of that cemented in, you've got to go and have a cup of tea and a bicky with your classmates and all the other people who were there on the marae taking lessons. It's very grounding. So I lived in Hakanoa Street in Grey Lynn, and I think the global financial crisis, I'd been made redundant, my marriage was ending, I'd spent 20 odd years in the advertising industry, or the edges of it, and the special effects, etc. And I really wanted to just start fresh and do something new, but do something that was really meaningful with my life. So I spent a lot of time just communing with nature. I built a veggie garden, I got some chickens in, I did a lot of baking, brewed some ginger beer. It was all part of a just kind of like really taking myself out of my physical world and into a kind of like a place of dreaming, a place of hope, really, to see what I could think of that would work really well for me and and for the rest of the world. And so Hakanoa handmade drinks eventually was what I came up with. Now, I can't just use the word Hakanoa as a brand name and get it registered without checking with the iwi, because I'm a Pākehā, but I have huge respect for our tangata whenua. And also the law has a decent amount of respect. So when you're applying for a copyright of that name, and it is a place name, you have to explain why it is that you want to use that word, and also be pretty clear about your intentions of using it going forward. So one of the things, for instance, is I love telling people what it means. I love our bilingual country. I think it's brilliant. And another one is we will never make boozy drinks because, it's part of, really important custom that whole process is not anything to do with getting drunk. Not at all. So, it will always be, for me, a huge privilege to use that name and to use it properly. So